You know, it's funny. Every time I look up at the night sky, all those stars, I can't help but wonder, like, is anyone out there looking back at us?
Right.
It's kind of mind-boggling, right? And that's exactly what we're diving deep into today, the search for extraterrestrial life.
Hmm.
Not just like the sci-fi stuff, but the real science,
Yeah,
and what it would actually mean if we ever, found proof.
absolutely.
So joining me today is, well, you're an expert in, well, everything alien.
Well, I wouldn't say everything, but I've spent a lot of time thinking about this stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a much bigger question than just those little green men everyone thinks of, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's about all the possibilities of life as we don't know it.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be microbes, right?
Yeah.
Or it could be something so advanced that, our technology looks like stone tools in comparison.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of terrifying and exciting all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It really captures the imagination.
So, okay, first things first. What do we even mean when we say alien life? I mean, we've got these crazy creatures here on Earth, those extremophiles,
Right.
like living in, boiling hot vents or like acid pools.
Yeah.
If that's even possible here, what's the real range of possibilities we're talking about out in space?
That's what makes this so exciting. Like
Yeah.
life on Earth, right? It's all carbon-based.
Yeah.
Needs water, needs a pretty specific temperature range.
Mm-hmm.
But alien life,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows? Silicon-based. Maybe it uses a totally different solvent.
Wow.
Exists at temperatures we'd consider, like, instantly lethal.
Yeah.
It really challenges our whole definition of life itself.
So where are we actually looking for this, like, potentially mind-blowing alien life? Are scientists just, like, randomly pointing telescopes at the sky and hoping for the best?
No, not quite. There's a method to the madness, I promise.
Okay, good.
One big focus is, right here in our solar system.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Mars, for example, has strong evidence of past liquid water. Maybe even, like, ancient oceans.
Yeah, and we've got those rovers scooting around up there right now, but finding fossils on Mars, that seems like a long shot, doesn't it?
Well, it's true. Finding, like, fossilized microbes would be incredible, like winning the cosmic lottery.
Yeah.
But even finding traces of organic molecules, those building
Mhm.
blocks of life,
Mm-hmm.
that would be huge.
That would be huge.
It would show that the potential was there,
Right.
and then who knows what else we might find.
And beyond Mars, I mean, there are those icy moons, right?
Right, yeah.
Europa and Enceladus.
Uh-huh.
Just giant ice balls, it seems like, but with possible oceans beneath the surface.
Right.
So are we talking like alien whales down there, or is that, that getting too sci-fi?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves with the alien whales just yet.
Okay.
But the potential for life in those subsurface oceans, it's definitely intriguing.
Yeah.
We know that on Earth, wherever you find liquid water,
Yeah.
you find life. So it's hard to imagine that wouldn't hold true elsewhere in the universe, even if it seems inhospitable,
Yeah, yeah.
like on a moon orbiting Jupiter or something.
So, okay, we've got our own solar system, but what about beyond that? I mean, exoplanets, right? I
Right.
know we found thousands of those.
Thousands. And that number's growing all the time.
It's incredible.
And what's really fascinating is that we're not just finding them, we're actually starting to analyze their atmospheres,
Oh, wow.
looking for what we call biosignatures.
Okay, hold on, biosignatures. You're going to have to break that down for me. That sounds super technical.
Yeah. So imagine trying to sniff out life on a planet that's trillions of miles away.
Okay.
It's basically what biosignatures are about.
Mhm.
There are certain combinations of gases in a planet's atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
that could only be produced by living organisms.
We'll see.
It's like a chemical fingerprint that basically screams, life is here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's not just about finding a planet in the habitable zone.
Right, the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, where it's not too hot, not too cold, liquid water might exist.
Exactly.
You're looking for these chemical clues, too.
The Goldilocks zone is just the first step.
Okay.
We need more than just the right temperature.
Yeah,
We need evidence of actual, processes of life.
I see.
And that's where these biosignatures come in.
Oh, wow.
It's like cosmic detective work.
I love that cosmic detective work. But there's another approach, too, right? The one that really feels like sci-fi. SETI, listening for alien signals.
Right. With SETI, we're not just looking for, any signs of life. We're looking for intelligent life, civilizations,
Mm-hmm.
sending out radio signals, laser beams, anything that would indicate they're trying to, make contact.
Yeah.
And there have been some pretty tantalizing signals over the years.
Oh, really?
Like the famous wow signal.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
A strong, narrowband radio signal lasted 72 seconds.
Wow.
Perfectly matched what we'd expect from, an extraterrestrial transmission.
So what are the chances that was actually aliens? I mean, they never found it again, right?
It's true. There have been lots of attempts to reobserve it,
Yeah.
but none have been successful.
Huh.
But that doesn't automatically mean it wasn't extraterrestrial, just that we don't have enough information.
Right.
It's still one of the biggest mysteries in SETI research.
So, okay, we're looking for life in our solar system, scanning distant planets and listening for signals. But here's the thing that always gets me. If the universe is so vast, billions upon billions of stars, statistically speaking, shouldn't aliens be everywhere?
You've hit on it.
Yeah.
That's the heart of the Fermi Paradox.
Right.
We've got this seemingly endless universe full of potential,
Right.
but no concrete evidence of anyone else.
Yeah.
It's a real head-scratcher.
It is. So where is everybody? I mean, is it possible we really are the only intelligent species in the universe? That's a pretty lonely thought.
It is a lonely thought, but it's one possibility we have to consider. Of course, there are other explanations too, right? Maybe intelligent life is just incredibly rare. Maybe civilizations tend to, destroy themselves before they reach the point of, like, interstellar travel.
That's a chilling thought.
It is.
Especially, given our own track record. But wouldn't some civilizations have figured it out? What makes us so special, that we'd be the only ones to survive?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scientists and philosophers have been debating that for decades, and there's no easy answer.
Yeah.
But it forces us to think about our own trajectory.
Right.
And the choices we're making.
So we've got the we're alone option, the everyone blows themselves up option. What other possibilities are out there?
Well, there's the zoo hypothesis, which is a fun one.
Okay.
Suggests that advanced alien civilizations, they're aware of us, they're watching.
Watching us.
But they're choosing not to interfere.
Wow.
Like we're in a giant cosmic nature reserve.
So, like, we're being observed, but not contacted.
Yeah.
That's both creepy and kind of cool.
It sparks the imagination, right?
Yeah.
And it's not entirely implausible.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're waiting for us to reach a certain level of, technological or social maturity.
Okay.
Before making contact, or maybe they're, like, studying us, trying to understand how a species like ours evolves.
It's like we're in a giant galactic experiment and we don't even know it.
Exactly.
But there's another possibility too, right? That maybe our methods of searching are just wrong.
Yeah.
We're missing the signs completely.
That's always a possibility. I mean, we're limited by our current understanding of physics, technology.
Right.
Maybe aliens are communicating in ways we haven't even thought of yet. Or maybe they're so advanced that they can, like, completely mask their presence.
Okay, now that's mind-blowing. And terrifying.
It's humbling, right?
Yeah.
To realize we might be like ants crawling on a sidewalk.
Yeah.
Totally oblivious to the skyscrapers towering above us. But even if we never find, like, definitive proof of alien life, the search itself tells us so much about ourselves.
Yeah.
About our curiosity, ingenuity.
Our drive to explore.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember looking at the stars as a kid and just being filled with awe and wonder. It's amazing that we're actually out there now, actively searching.
Exploring, pushing the boundaries.
It's really incredible.
It's a testament to the human spirit, our drive to explore the unknown.
And who knows what we'll find out there, right?
Exactly.
Maybe nothing, maybe everything.
But the journey itself is what makes it all worthwhile.
So, okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
The nature of alien life, the challenges of searching, the mind-boggling implications of the Fermi Paradox. But we've also touched on some pretty intriguing possibilities. So let's dive into those a bit deeper, shall we?
Absolutely. Let's explore those what-if scenarios.
Yeah.
What if we did find them? What would it mean for us? For our understanding of, well, everything.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It is a big one. I mean, it's a question that's fueled science fiction forever. But the reality could be even more dramatic. Discovering extraterrestrial life, especially intelligent life, I mean, it would just completely redefine how we understand biology, physics, even philosophy.
Yeah.
It would challenge our sense of uniqueness, our place in the whole cosmic order of things.
You mentioned earlier, finding aliens could either unite humanity or cause chaos, and honestly, I'm leaning towards chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to imagine everyone just holding hands and singing Kumbaya with a bunch of, extraterrestrials.
Well, a lot would depend on the nature of the contact, right?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if we received a message, something totally unambiguous, undeniable,
Right.
picked up by multiple countries simultaneously.
Yeah.
Something like that would be pretty hard to ignore or dismiss, right?
Like a giant Hello Earthlings projected onto the moon.
Ah, exactly.
Really?
Or like a perfectly sequenced prime number sequence coming from a distant star.
Exactly. Something that just transcended all our cultural and political boundaries.
But even then, human nature being what it is,
Yeah.
some would embrace it, see it as an opportunity for collaboration, advancement, maybe even get some cool new tech out of it.
Yeah.
But others would see it as a threat, the beginning of an invasion.
That's what I'm talking about. We've seen enough movies to know how that goes.
Right.
Giant spaceships, lasers, maybe even some weird alien mind control.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We're getting a little carried away with the Hollywood scenarios here.
Okay.
I mean, remember, we're just projecting our own human tendencies onto these, hypothetical beings.
Right.
We're assuming that they'd be driven by the same motivations as us.
Yeah.
Greed, power, domination.
It's very human-centric.
It is. It's very human-centric.
Yeah.
But what if they're just, really into collecting planets? We could be next on their list. That's a possibility, sure. But it's just as likely that their motivations are completely beyond our comprehension.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe they're driven by pure curiosity, a desire to understand the universe, or something we haven't even imagined yet.
It's so true. This is why I find this whole topic so fascinating. It really forces you to confront the limitations of your own perspective. We're so used to thinking about things in human terms that it's hard to even conceive of what a truly alien intelligence might be like.
Exactly. It's a humbling exercise, isn't it?
Yeah.
To realize how much we don't know.
Yeah.
It's like trying to describe the ocean to a fish who's never left its bowl.
Okay, so let's get practical for a moment.
Okay.
If we did make contact, how would we even communicate? I mean, we have a hard enough time understanding each other here on Earth.
That's one of the biggest challenges. And frankly, we don't have a definitive answer.
Right.
I mean, we've sent out messages like the Voyager Golden records.
Oh, yeah.
They're like cosmic time capsules containing information about humanity and our planet.
So like a mixtape for the aliens.
Uh-huh. Pretty much.
Oh.
It's a mix of sounds and images
Okay.
that represent, the diversity of life and culture here on Earth.
Yeah. Cool.
But whether anyone out there will ever find them, let alone understand them, is anyone's guess.
It's incredible to think about those records just hurtling through interstellar space, carrying a little piece of us out into the vast unknown. But let's say, hypothetically, aliens did show up on our doorstep tomorrow.
Okay.
What do you think would be the most important thing for us to do?
Assuming they came in peace, which, we have to hope.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
The most important thing would be to listen.
Listen.
Try to understand their intentions, their culture, their technology.
Yeah.
It would be the greatest learning opportunity in human history.
But what if their intentions aren't peaceful, right? What if they're here to conquer and enslave us? Should we be preparing for a cosmic battle?
Well, let's not jump to conclusions, right?
Yeah.
We humans, we tend to default to fear when we're faced with the unknown.
Yeah, it's true.
But remember, they've crossed interstellar distances to get here.
Yeah.
Their technology is likely far beyond ours. If they wanted to conquer us, they probably could have done it without us even knowing what hit us.
That's a good point.
It's like that old saying, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Yeah, we might think we're all that, but on a cosmic scale,
Exactly.
we're probably pretty insignificant.
Precisely. So instead of worrying about fighting them off, let's focus on understanding them.
Okay.
That's where the real value lies,
The knowledge.
the knowledge, the perspective
Yeah.
they could offer.
Okay, so less Star Wars, more Star Trek diplomacy.
There you go.
Got it. But even if they're not here to, conquer us, the impact on society would be immense.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, religions would be shaken to their core, governments would be scrambling, people would be freaking out.
Total upheaval.
It's hard to even imagine the level of disruption.
It would be unlike anything we've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Our entire worldview just shattered. We'd have to rebuild it from scratch. Some would see it as the end of the world. Others would see it as the beginning of a new era.
Yeah.
A time of great upheaval, but also great opportunity.
It's like that feeling when you graduate, like high school or college.
Yeah.
You're excited about the future, but also terrified because you have no idea what's coming next.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, humanity would rise to the challenge.
Yeah.
We're a resilient species. We've been through a lot.
We have.
And I think deep down, we have this thirst for knowledge, for connection, for
Yeah.
something bigger than ourselves.
It's true.
And who knows, maybe making contact with an alien civilization would be the catalyst we need to finally get our act together here on Earth.
Okay, so maybe aliens aren't going to solve all our problems, but it's an interesting thought. But let's go back to the science for a moment.
Okay.
What are the most promising avenues of research right now? Where are the breakthroughs likely to happen?
Well, the search for exoplanets is definitely heating up. You know, telescopes are getting more powerful. We're developing new techniques to analyze the light passing through exoplanet atmospheres.
Right.
This is where we're most likely to find those biosignatures.
The telltale signs.
Exactly.
And what about our own solar system? Are we still looking for life closer to home?
Absolutely. Mars is still a prime target.
Okay.
And there are some really ambitious missions planned to explore the icy moons, Europa and Enceladus.
Yeah.
These missions will actually involve drilling through the ice.
Wow.
To sample the water below.
That's incredible.
And look for any signs of microbial life.
Wow. Drilling through miles of ice to search for microscopic aliens.
I know, right?
That's some serious dedication.
It is, but the payoff could be huge.
Yeah.
Imagine being the scientist who discovers the first extraterrestrial life in a drop of water from Europa.
Talk about a Nobel Prize-winning moment. Yeah. But are we just looking in the same old places, or are there any new, outside-the-box approaches to finding aliens?
Well, some scientists are exploring the idea of using artificial intelligence, AI,
Oh.
to analyze the vast amounts of data we're collecting from space.
Yeah. That's
But, AI could be used to identify patterns, anomalies. That might indicate something we haven't even thought of.
So, the aliens are hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
But our human brains just aren't wired to see the signs.
It's possible. The universe is full of mysteries, and it's entirely possible that we're limited by our own, cognitive biases.
Right.
AI could help us overcome those limitations and see the universe in a whole new light.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
It feels like we're on the cusp of something truly extraordinary.
I agree. There's a sense of anticipation, like we're on the verge of a major discovery.
Yeah.
Whether that discovery comes tomorrow or 100 years from now, the journey itself is what makes it so exciting,
Yeah.
This search for extraterrestrial life, it's ultimately a search for ourselves, our place in the universe, the meaning of it all.
You've got me thinking. Even if we never find aliens, isn't the search itself a kind of answer? It tells us that we're curious, that we're not content to just sit here on our little planet and ignore the vastness of space.
That's a profound point.
Yeah.
The search itself reveals something fundamental about human nature, our drive to explore, to question, to understand.
Yeah.
And that in itself is a kind of victory.
So it's not just about satisfying our curiosity, right? I mean, the search for alien life has driven incredible advancements in technology and science.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't have things like GPS or the internet if it weren't for space exploration.
Right. The search for extraterrestrial life is a powerful driver of innovation.
Yeah.
It forces us to develop new technologies, new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing the world.
And those innovations have a ripple effect.
They do.
Benefiting society in countless ways.
It's amazing.
So even if we never find ET phoning home, the search itself is worth it for the knowledge and advancements we gain along the way.
Absolutely. It's about the journey as much as the destination. And who knows, maybe someday in our lifetime, we'll get that definitive proof that we're not alone.
Or maybe, just maybe, we'll find something even more mind-blowing than we could ever imagine.
Right.
Something that completely changes our understanding of what life is, what intelligence is, what reality itself is.
Now you're getting into the truly existential questions.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of this topic, right?
Yeah.
It pushes us to think beyond our limited human perspective and consider possibilities that might seem like science fiction today, but could be science fact tomorrow.
It's a good reminder that we should never stop questioning, never stop exploring, never stop being curious about the universe and our place in it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I think that's a perfect note to end on.
So to all our listeners out there, the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, you're not just looking at stars, you're looking at possibilities. The possibility of other worlds, other life forms, other stories waiting to be told. And who knows, maybe someone or something is looking back at you, wondering the same things.
And maybe, just maybe, someday we'll find a way to say hello.
So we've got the, wow, Signal, a classic, people are still debating that one. But what other weird stuff has gotten scientists scratching their heads?
Well, there's Tabby's star,
Oh
right?
yeah, Tabby Star.
It's a star that shows these really strange, irregular dips in brightness.
Okay.
I mean, stars dim, that's normal, but this one, it was way more dramatic than it should have been.
I remember when this was a big deal. People were throwing out all sorts of wild
Oh
ideas.
yeah, it was a field day for speculation.
Right.
The most popular theory, I think, was that the dimming was caused by a giant structure
Okay.
built by an advanced alien civilization.
Whoa.
We're talking Dyson spheres, swarms of solar collectors,
Wow.
things straight out of science fiction.
A Dyson sphere. That's where they basically like build a shell around a star. Right?
What's
That
that?
draws energy.
Yeah, the idea is that a civilization advanced enough to build something like that, they would need a lot of energy.
That's true.
And what better source than a whole star?
Makes sense. But it turned out to be dust.
Most likely, yeah.
Oh,
Follow-up observations suggest that clouds of dust orbiting the star are the most plausible explanation for the dimming.
right.
But hey, it was a fun ride while it lasted.
It was a fun ride. It got people thinking.
It got people thinking about the possibilities.
Okay, so dust is a bit of a letdown, but I get it.
Yeah.
Science got to stick to the evidence. What else is on our cosmic mystery tour?
Well, how about a visitor from another star system?
Okay.
A few years back, we detected this object called Oumuamua.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first interstellar object that we'd ever seen passing through our solar system.
That was a weird one. It had a really strange shape, right?
Yeah, it was long and thin, kind of like a cigar.
Mhm.
And its trajectory, its acceleration, they were a bit odd, which, well, it led to some speculation that it might not be a natural object.
Wait, are you saying some scientists thought Oumuamua could be an alien spaceship?
Some did, yes.
Mm.
The idea was it might be a solar sail, a type of spacecraft that uses the pressure of sunlight to propel itself.
Wow.
But most scientists now agree that it's probably a natural object, maybe a fragment of a comet or something similar. Just a very unusual one.
So another case of probably not aliens, but we can't rule it out entirely.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I'm sensing a theme here.
It's true that there's often this gap between what we can observe and what we can definitively explain.
Right.
And that gap, well, that's where imagination and speculation thrive.
Yeah, that's part of what makes this so interesting.
It is, and it's part of the beauty of science, right?
Yeah.
It's a process of constantly testing our assumptions, pushing the boundaries of what we know.
Okay, so we've had our fun with cosmic mysteries, but let's step back for a moment and think about the bigger picture here. We've talked about the search for alien life, the possibilities, the challenges, the ethical implications. But what does it all mean? Why should we even care about any of this?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the search for extraterrestrial life is, at its core, a search for meaning.
Okay.
It's about understanding our place in the universe, confronting our limitations and our potential.
It's like that feeling you get when you stand on a mountaintop
Yeah.
and look out at the vastness of the world.
Yeah, you feel small.
Small, but also connected to something so much bigger than yourself.
Exactly. It's a reminder that we're part of something grand and mysterious,
Yeah.
something that we're only just beginning to understand. And whether we find aliens or not, the act of searching, of questioning, pushing the boundaries of knowledge, that's what makes us human.
And it's not just about satisfying our curiosity, right? I mean, the search for alien life has driven some incredible advancements in technology and science.
Oh, absolutely. It's a powerful driver of innovation. It forces us to develop new technologies, new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing the world.
And those innovations have a ripple effect, right?
They do.
They benefit society in countless ways.
It's incredible.
So even if we never find ET phoning home, the search itself is worth it
Absolutely.
for the knowledge and the advancements we gain along the way.
It's about the journey
Yeah.
as much as the destination.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe someday in our lifetime, we will get that definitive proof that we're not alone in the universe.
It would be incredible.
It would.
Or maybe, just maybe, we'll find something even more mind-blowing than we could ever imagine.
Right.
Something that completely changes our understanding of what life is, what intelligence is, what reality itself is.
Now you're getting into the truly existential questions.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of this topic. It pushes us to think beyond our limited human perspective.
Yeah.
Consider possibilities that might seem like science fiction today, but could be science fact tomorrow.
It's a good reminder that we should never stop questioning, never stop exploring, never stop being curious about the universe and our place in it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation.
It has. We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have lots to think about.
From those tiny extremophiles here on Earth to those giant Dyson spheres.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
It is. But whether we're talking about microbes on Mars or advanced civilizations sending signals from across the galaxy, one thing's for sure. The search for extraterrestrial life is one of the most profound and exciting endeavors in human history.
Absolutely.
And I think it says a lot about us, about our curiosity, our ingenuity, and our deep-seated desire to know that we're not alone in this vast universe.
I agree. And even if we never find definitive proof, the search itself is a testament to the power of the human spirit.
So to all our listeners out there, keep looking up, keep wondering, keep exploring.
Yeah, never lose that sense of wonder.
Because who knows what's out there waiting to be discovered.
And maybe, just maybe, someday we'll find out.
And that's it for this deep dive into the search for extraterrestrial life.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure. And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring the universe and keep asking those big questions.